Okay, hi everyone. This is Richard Burke Jones. I'm about to explain a little bit about what I'm doing here with this painting of Louisburg Square, Beacon Hill, Boston, 1840s. I mentioned previously that I did the drawing, transferred it, actually had it transferred to canvas. It's much too laborious to have someone else to do it yourself, so I have it done. And then I start the painting. I usually start with actually shellacking the painting so that the oil paint doesn't sink in too much, and then I start it section by section. Here I started really at the sky, which I kept down in twilight to twilight, and then I did the distant hills, and then Cambridge, which is on the other side of Charles River, excuse me. And you can see Harvard in the distance. I hope it's very small. I did that intentionally just for Harvard. And then coming down the painting, we have the water, which is the Charles River. We have a wooden bridge, which is not the Longfellow Bridge. It's closer to Pinckney Street than the current bridge. But it is allowed certain ships to go through it. There are some triple-masted, double-masted schooners that were in this location at the time. They're perhaps a little bit exaggerated in terms of size for scale, just because I couldn't resist. It is generally drawn to scale, although it is my scale. It's not done with any exactitude, let's say Google Earth. It is my perspective. It's a crow's nest view as opposed to a bird's view. Crow's nest is lower. I use that so that I can allow some close-up, some intimacy, to personalize the painting, if you will. It's mostly in the foreground, but really all over. So coming down the painting, if you will, there's Charles Street Meeting House, which is still there. The water was pretty close to Charles Street in those days before it was filled, before Back Bay over here was filled, which was filled with a lot of dirt and gravel, I'm sure, from the top of Mount Beacon, which was the top of Beacon Hill. They literally, with horse and buggy, carted it down and filled the river and filled Back Bay. So in the foreground here we have Louisburg Square, which is generally was built 1830, 35s, 1840, laid out a little bit before that by proprietors. They laid out Mount Vernon Street, was initially laid out, not built out, in 1799. Built in the 1830s, 1840s, some very large, wealthy residences. That's before the large, wealthy residences were built in the Back Bay. In fact, some of the people on Beacon Hill moved from Beacon Hill to the Back Bay for something even larger, a little more room, airier, with street lights. There was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The reason I say there was 10, number 10 Louisburg Square, that's where Louisa May Alcott lived after she wrote and reaped some benefits, financial rewards from Little Women. And there were many other people, notable people that have lived in the Louisburg Square area, Charles Dickens even, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and others. So I haven't finished this out yet. I've started to put in some things that are wonderful traditions in Louisburg Square, such as bell ringing, caroling. We have over here a bride and groom about to get into their carriage. We have onlookers. We have dads and daughters. We have people playing games. We have people hanging laundry. There's a lot of activities in the Victorian era that I have fun putting in. And it was a time when people could stroll along a brick walkway that was gaslit and have a conversation. There was an ease of life and there was an elegance of life, which I've attempted to show in some of the appropriate dress. not to mention the sound of horses on cobblestones and just the overall activity of a horse and carriage. People riding a bike, people running, just running, children having fun. In any event, I will then finish this area up here, which is West Cedar Street. Even today, a very fashionable address, as is Pinckney Street. So that's really where I'm at right now. It's May 11th, 2016. I hope to finish it by the end of the summer 2016. And I started it at the beginning of 2016 in terms of the oil on canvas. I did the pen and ink last year, 2015. I did a lot of research, and then the actual drawing, the same size as the painting, which is 36 inches by 54 inches, about 3 feet by 4.5 feet, a little larger. So that's where I'm at. Thanks so much for your interest, and I'll try and do another video when I'm farther along, if not finished.